What's happening, my friends? It's Cast Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. William, old school rant, hashtag JBT. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Storian. Today, Cutmen. You know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Storian. And that's me, bringing you all that boxing history. That's right, boxing. The greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. Salute, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. Welcome back again. Mr. Gumbo has become a regular on Cast Sports. It's about time for Mr. Gumbo to put his blue jeans on, because he's been in here regular and commenting in the chat regular. So, Mr. Gumbo, you've been here long enough. It's my channel. I can have the tools when I get ready to give it out. But how's everybody doing this afternoon? It's the Wednesday afternoon hump day edition of Cast Sports. Today we're going to be talking about Cutmen. You know, Wednesday is the show that I take out of the chat. And today's show is brought to you by none other than Thomas Hill himself, the mayor of these YouTube streets. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Cutmen today. We're going to talk about, what a Cutman is, what a Cutman does. We're going to talk about the tools of his trade, like the inswell, gauze, the stuff that he uses, the type of medications that he uses. And I'm going to do a profile on some of the top Cutmen out there, like Snitch Duran. And remember Rafael Garcia, Floyd's Cutman, Always had that hat on with all those pins all over it. I don't know what that was about. Remember? The Mexican guy in Florida's corner had all those pins on his head. We're going to talk about him today. Yep. Cutmen. Brought to you by Thomas Hill. I was trying to give Mr. Gumbo a wrench, but it ain't acting right. But it's coming. And we've had some cutmen are very important, you know. Mr. Gumbo a wrench, but it ain't acting right. Cutmen are very important because I'm going to talk about it during the show. If you don't have a good cut man and can stop that bleeding and stuff, that could lead to you losing the fight. You know, the referee might stop it at any time. So you got to have a good cut man that's able to stop that bleeding and make it satisfactory to the referee so he won't stop it. And some fighters have been saved from losing by having good cut men. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mr. Gumbo, you are now managing moderator on Cast Sports. Okay, you earned it. You deserve it. But yeah, a good cut man is essential. Let's talk fashion. Remo, hashtag JBT in the building. And yeah, Remo, it's another fire. Let's talk fashion out there. And they was working me so hard this morning. I haven't even seen it yet. And Remo was talking about how good it was, and I've been waiting on it all week, but I'm going to see it. I just got finished like 2 minutes to 2 getting this show ready, man. I was writing. Miss Cass was trying to talk to me, and I was snapping at her. I was busy trying to finish. So I'm going to have to see Let's Talk Fashion right after the voice today. But I know it's fire because we went over it yesterday. Yeah. How was it, old school? I know you saw it. But I'm going to have to check it out a little bit later. But I'll be to check it out about 3 times by the next time the next one come on. But salute, Remo. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. There's Defiant RD1 back in the building. What's up, Defiant RD1? I might as well give you your tools now too, because you've been putting good stuff in the chat. You don't have to come 1,000 times to get a wrench on Cast Sports. All you got to do is impress me. And I've been impressed by Mr. Gumbo and Defiant RD1. So they are both now managing moderators on Cast Sports, okay? It's my channel, and I can give wrenches to whoever I want to give them to, when I want to give them to. So they both got them. Okay. But how's everybody doing? It's hump day. This is a non-pro box week, unfortunately. But we got 2 good cards coming up Saturday. Remember, Slick Shakur Stevenson is on one of them. But you deserve it, Mr. Gumbo. I want you to have it, okay? So leave me alone. You got it. Salute, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, in the building. Mr. Gumbo said, I don't need blue jeans. I still enjoy your channel. I'm old school. Yeah, I already figured that out by your commenting and stuff. Yeah. You and Defiant RD1. Yeah. But salute to both of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming by. Y'all both came in right away and subscribed. Remember I told you I had that idiot last week trolling, putting stuff in the chat every 2 minutes and never even subscribed to the channel. So I blocked him. Yeah. I got a fast trigger finger. But yeah, Cutmen today. Brought to you by Thomas Hill. It's Wednesday. Let's look at the last couple of days of the week right quick. Tomorrow is the History of Boxing in the States series continues Thursday. It's going to be California this week. California has a deep boxing history, so that should be a good one. Mm-hmm. And some good boxers came out of California. We got some good active boxers. Ryan and Devin, remember? I think Shane Mosley from California, right? Former boxer Shane Mosley. I know Oscar is. We're not going to talk too much about Oscar tomorrow because he's the Profile Friday. Yeah, the Golden Boy. Mm-hmm. It's the Profile Friday. And I forgot to tell Thomas Hill that the show he gave me is going to be today. I meant to text him and tell him, but I didn't. But he's been coming by every day. The last time he gave me a show for Wednesday and I did it, I didn't tell him, but he didn't even come in. Yeah, but he's been in here like 10 days straight now. What you say, old school, is pouring down, raining down there in New Orleans? Okay, yeah. I knew it was that you was in here, you wasn't working today. Something had happened. Because old school got to go up in the air on his job, like another skywalker, you know. I'm afraid of heights myself. You know, I remember I used to live on the second floor when I was younger at an apartment. I used to live on the second floor. I was scared to go up and down the steps half the time. Yeah. The old school, his work is way up there. Some people can do it. And I don't fly. No, I'm not getting on an airplane. I don't have no wings. And I'm not going up that far. And I'm not getting on a boat because I can swim, but I can't drink all that water. So I'm not getting out there on no boat. Anything can happen, you know. But salute to everybody. Appreciate you rocking with me once again. Like I always tell you, you could be doing many other things right now. But you're here with me on Cast Sports, and I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the show today. We're going to wait about 10 minutes. I always wait until 2:30 because I got people that come in around that time. Like Lonnie Lee gets off work at 2:30, and he's here every day. So I always like for him to get the majority of the show, you know. Yeah. Is my dollar sign still down there? Because I just became monetized Monday. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I think I'm going to look one time. They done took it back from me. Because I've seen people get them taken before, you know, for certain violations and stuff. YouTube is a trip. You know, sometimes, like, I have a certain amount of subscribers and I go back the next day and it's like 2 of them is gone and they take your likes. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. Oh, you live in Lafayette, Mr. Gumbo? Okay. Yeah, I know you, when you first came in here last week, you mentioned old school. You from Louisiana too? I think old school is from New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah, we got to get together on our next episode, old school. We over 100 views now on this show we did last week, old school. Over 100 views. They must have liked it. And we didn't. Well, we planned it, but we didn't go over anything. We just did it right off the top of our heads for the show. We never went over one thing about it, just the subject. And we just did it, man, and we got over 100 views. I think that's good, you know. And we're gonna do another one. It's July, like once a month. I think old school says Sunny Liston or something like that. Yeah, we're gonna get together on Sunny Liston. We'll call you or something, and we'll get together on it whenever you're free. I think old school is free on Mondays or something. So look for that on Monday, because old school is very knowledgeable about boxing history too, and we can't leave that untapped. We got to tap into that mind and get all that boxing history out of it. And with the best place to do it is right here on Cast Sports, the Box Story. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, Slick Shakur Stevenson this weekend. Oh, there's somebody being nice to me. Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, has dropped a 10 spot on me. He said it still works, my brother. Appreciate you, Mr. Gumbo. Wow. Appreciate it. So yeah, that dollar sign is working, that monetization is working down there. Man, you know, we get my first YouTube check soon. Man, Miss Cass just gonna take it from me, you know, and then ration me a couple dollars out from it. Told y'all I need a raise. Y'all think I'm joking? Yeah, I just work for Cass Sports. Miss Cass is the owner of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So help me out. If y'all see her name in here, tell her to get that man a raise. Tell her how good I'm doing or something, you know? Yeah. But appreciate you, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. Thank you so much. And that's just Mr. Gumbo just been here for like about a week now, but he's been here every day for the past week. And we got 2 new friends in the past week, Mr. Gumbo and Define Arnie-One. Yeah. And I know Mr. Gumbo said he knew old school. I knew he was okay. Anybody that old school is okay with got to be okay, you know. Because, you know, old school ain't gonna just deal with anybody. Not old school. No, you got to be a good person to get in old school with good graces. But how was everybody? It's hump day, bid week. After today, it's all downhill with those 2 cards. The other one is, I think it's William Cepeda, right? I guess, I can't never think of the guy's name, but he was the guy that gave Pitbull all that trouble, remember? In Pitbull's fight before he fought Rolly. Guy had a chin on him because Pitbull was connected with him, but the guy wasn't going anywhere. And remember, Pitbull got frustrated and started fighting dirty. Yeah. Headbutting the guy, hitting him behind the head. But Pitbull got the decision. I can't think of the guy's name. Anybody know it? But he's fighting William Cepeda Saturday. Yeah. Hey, old school, what you think about Bam and the Monster? Bam Rodriguez and the Monster. Ryan Frazier in the building. Boxing Up North. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Giovanni Cabrera. That's it. Thank you, Ryan Frazier. See if it pays to have knowledgeable boxing fans around. I got that in there almost before I finished asking the question. Yeah, Giovanni. He gave Pitbull all kinds of trouble, man. But Pitbull got the nod. But Cabrera, he got a beard on him. But salute Ryan Frazier, our friend from Canada. Boxing Talk Up North. Yeah, another good channel to check out. I was listening to him the other day. I was working, so I couldn't really chat, but I was listening to him for earpiece. Very knowledgeable boxing fan. Cutmen today, Ryan. Yeah, we're going to talk about Cutmen. What they are, what they do. Some of the tools they use, like the old N-Swell. Got to get that swelling down. Types of medication. One call it pitafrine or something like that. I got it written down. You know I'm going to mess the pronunciation of it up. Might have to spell it and put it in the chat so y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it's heating up outside and it's heating up in the ring. We got Boots coming up next, right? No, Secure. After the next card after this one is next week. It is Boots. And that's when the drawing for the big 55-inch color TV is going to go down. All you got to do is send your $10. Send it right here to this Cash App. Everybody got their $10 in yet to win this big TV? You better get it in because the drawing is not this Saturday, but next Saturday is the drawing. Send $10 or however many chances you want. $10 per chance, that is. To $, JBT Network, all capital letters, and then put the number 1 behind it. That's $, JBT Network, all caps, the number 1. And there's Mike Mazik has entered the building. Okay, knew Mike Mazik was coming. Salute Mike. Cutmen today, brought to you by Thomas Hill. And he ain't even in here. Last time he gave me a show, he didn't show up. I forgot to tell him. I meant to text him this morning, but I forgot. I was so busy. I just got finished getting the show ready like 2 minutes to 2. I missed Let's Talk Fashion. I like to see it live, but I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay of it. Probably after The Voice. Yep. But I got it done. Might have some link time at the end. And the link is for anybody. Okay? Anybody. Mike Grimm. Salute Mike Grimm. What's up? I guess you heard Mike Cutmen today. And we're getting ready to start. I am burning up. But I always turn the air conditioners off when I get ready to do the show because I got a vent right up above my desk and it makes all kind of noise. So the air is off right now and I'm burning up. There's hot air blowing through this window. So do I burn up or just have a noisy show? I'll burn up because the noise is a lot. But we'll get to it. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, we're getting ready to get started. That's Remo. He's in here, Mr. Gumbo. Remo, put your link in there. Mr. Gumbo was asking who does Let's Talk Fashion. I thought I saw Remo, didn't I? Yeah, Remo's in here. Yeah, that's our fashion expert. He also has a clothing line too. www.richthreads.com. www.richthreads.com. That's his clothing line. I don't know his link to his channel. But yeah, that's Remo. 10 a.m. Every Wednesday. Once a week. 10 a.m. every Wednesday, Mr. Gumbo. Yeah. Member of the JBT. So we got everything. We got a fashion show, a history channel, a hangout. We got the voice of the streets. Comes on at 4 o'clock. Talks about everything going on in boxing currently. Everything. Very knowledgeable about boxing. You know. Shakur Stevenson has been on his show before. And other boxers. Bill Haney's been on there one time. Yeah. The voice. And gives you that balance. Through both sides of it. Non-biased. Okay? Yeah. That's all JBT. And the Rise podcast at 9. Casual's Corner. Yeah. He's got a show out there now, Mr. Gumbo. I'm trying to tell him to put his link in here. He must not want you to watch it. But yeah, just 10 a.m. every Wednesday. Got one just dropped this morning. Fire. I haven't seen it yet. I'm so busy this morning. I just got finished getting my show ready. At 2 minutes to 2. Yeah. Okay. It's 2:30. Let's get ready to get started on Cornerman. And I'm gonna have to turn this air on. Don't mind if I do the show without my shirt on. Good thing it'll whip it in here because I turn that camera on, it might overheat. Okay, let's get ready to go. Cornerman today, everybody. Appreciate everybody rocking with me. Got old school in here. Old school said it's pouring down, raining down there in New Orleans. I just got like 5 slides in the display today because I got 6 cornermen that we're going to talk about at the end. You know how we do the profiles. Yeah, I got 6 cornermen. You know, like Stitch Duran, Mick Williams from the UK. He was a cornerman for many of those top boxers over there. Ricky Hatton, David Hay, a few others. Of course, Floyd's guy, Rafael Garcia. Remember, he had all those pins on his hat. Him right there. See, Rafael Garcia, Floyd's corner man. I think he passed away in 2017. It's in my notes. There's Stitch right there. Stitch Duran. You got a lot of work to do on that guy. Woo. Stitch, you got your work cut out for you, man. Wow. That looks bad there. Okay. See that again? Man. It's about time for the referee to stop that, ain't it? Damn. Look like it just painted his face red. That might have been a headbutt or a gash or something. Didn't no punch do that. That had to be like a headbutt or something, right? Nobody punching like that. Bust somebody open like that. There's the Angry White Men. Oh yeah, Mr. Gumbo, Angry White Men too. There you go. Friday nights. You don't come on Tuesdays, old school. It's just Friday. Yeah, Angry White Men. That's one of our new shows. They done took off like a rocket ship, going into outer space, man. Yeah. William Old School and D1. Angry White Men podcast. Yeah. Don't forget that one, Mr. Gumbo. And I didn't write his name down. Bear with me for a second. Don't leave, I'm coming back. Appreciate you, Mr. Gumbo, for that 10-piece. I'm gonna have to figure out a gimmick. Like Jay Hardcore punches the bag with Super Chats. KQ sings. I gotta figure out something to do. Any ideas? Like the other day, I said I'm gonna turn the camera on and stand on my head. I went straight on my head for 10 minutes. Nah, that's out the question. You fired Arnie one, yeah. Don't forget to check out some of our other shows. Yeah, Cornermen today, though. But everybody okay? Hump day, midweek, it's all downhill. We got Slick Shakur Stevenson. We got William Zepeda coming up this weekend. And that's a great card. That Shakur card, man. You got Keyshawn Davis on it, his brother, Calvin. We got Abdullah Mason on there, too. Yeah. Abdullah Mason on that card, yeah. That is a great card. You always see a lot of good young fighters when Top Rank puts one on because they got them over there. I think they got just about the entire last men's Olympic team side, almost all of them with the Top Rank. Yeah. Bob father must have been at the Olympic. Every time somebody finished their fight, he was standing there with the contract. Signed right here. He got almost the entire last men's Olympic team over there at Top Rank. Keyshawn, Tiger Johnson. Can't think of any other ones, but Keyshawn and Tiger Johnson. And a few others. Yeah, almost all of them. Yeah. Bob is good at signing those young fighters. But it doesn't seem like he develops them too well. He can get them, but once he gets them, doesn't do a whole lot with them. I can't wait to see Murray Tyler fight again. I'm big on him. I like him. Out of all those young fighters, I think I like Murray Tyler about the best of them. He was calling for Tio a while back, but Tio picked Steve Claggett. I see why. What was Steve Claggett doing? He was just walking toward Tio, calling himself pressuring him, and losing every second of every round. What was his strategy? What kind of pressure was that? He was just, I don't know. He lost every second of every round. Just walking toward the man, getting pieced up, losing every second. That was crazy. Like I said, how Tank doing the Rolly promotion, he kept saying Rolly was a dumbass fighter. That's what I call Steve Claggett, a dumbass fighter, man. Because that was crazy. That was crazy. Him and his corner. They just kept him doing it the entire fight. Okay, but let's go with the show. Cornermen. Okay? And we're going to have some link time today, too, at the end. Okay. Yeah. Giovanni Cabrera and William Zepeda is the main event on the other card Saturday from Anaheim, California. Is William Zepeda from California? I'm not sure. But tomorrow is boxing in California. History of the State Series. Friday is the Golden Boy, Oscar. As you know, we did his buddy B-Hop last Friday, so it's Oscar this week. The life and career of Oscar De La Hoya. Let's talk about Cornermen. Thomas Hill still hasn't showed up yet. I forgot to tell him. Maybe I'll text him right now and tell him that his show is on. I was so busy. This cast was trying to talk to me. And you know how you're trying to do something, somebody trying to talk to you, and you get irritated. You want to go, Argh! But I didn't want to say that. I might lose my job, She'll find another box story. Yeah, I'm texting Thomas Hill right now. Cornermen today. And then we're going to start talking about Cornermen. Everybody have a good day so far. Appreciate you rocking with me. Don't forget that big 55-inch color TV The drawing is next week. You don't have to be present to win it. You will be notified, and all you have to do is wait, because we will do all the posters, the handling, whatever. You just wait for the truck to pull up and bring it to you. And remember, be on the lookout, because they do put them on your steps. I got 2 55 inches. My last one a few years ago, I got it. I pulled up, and there's this big box sitting on the step. And I go up there, it's my TV. They done left it outside, man. People walking past, driving past and stuff. Anybody could have just came and got it. Good thing Big Dave and his boys come out. They don't come out in the daytime. It's a Big Dave in every neighborhood. So look out for your TV when it arrives, because they do leave it on your step. I experienced that personally. That's my big 55-inch TV in the box on the step, man. Outside the door. Outside the front door on the step. Okay. It's like I taught her the drama. Some people always starting drama. Nothing. I don't put up with the nonsense. Yeah, I know old school don't. That's why they got that show named Angry White Men. Him and D1. And be careful how you go in there. Because they cooked the guy the other week. No, they didn't cook him. They barbecued him. Came in there talking crazy and got barbecued. And I warned people before the show even started. But they didn't listen. The guy got barbecued. Yeah. And then they was nice to him, thanked him for coming at the end after they barbecued him. I loved it. Okay, Cornermen. Let me stop playing around. I got these people in here trying to listen to me do this show. But yeah, Angry White Men, fire. They had taken off like a rocket ship, man. Going to the moon. Okay, now, not Cornermen, Cutmen. I did Cornermen. Cutmen. Excuse me. Now, Cutman is a person. Let me turn this down a little bit. See, Bill Knuckles was in here. We had a guy named Bill Knuckles. He would have tell me to turn it down. He would say, sheesh. Cash, turn that music down. I can't hear myself. I've seen Al Booger lately. Anybody seen Al Booger in any of the chats? I haven't seen him. Anybody? Is he on vacation? No, Al Booger and Remo and them always taking vacations and stuff. Be in boxing news in Florida. Just left Europe. Now he in Tampa, Florida. Man. But being boxing news deserves it, because that's the hardest working man I ever seen. The man comes on chats 9 o'clock at night at work, man. Comes on at 9 o'clock in the morning at work. So he deserves those vacations. Okay. Now, Cutmen. Now, Cutman is a person responsible for preventing and treating physical damage to a fighter. During the breaks between rounds of a full combat match. Okay? Such as a boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, all those type of fights. Cutmen. Now, Cutmen typically handle swelling, nosebleeds, and lacerations. Okay? In addition to degrading a fighter's performance, the rules of combat sports stipulate that these injuries can be a cause for premature fight stoppage. Okay, I was talking about that. You need a good cut man, because if you don't have a good cut man, can stop a bad cut. It could lead to you losing the fight. Okay, and that premature stoppage does count as a loss to the injured fighter. It's not like it's stopped at a no contest because you can't continue. It's a loss. So a good cut man is very important. Okay. Now, the cut man is therefore essential to the fight and can be a decisive factor in the outcome of the fight. That's what I was just saying. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, the compensation for cut men varies, but generally it's 2 to 3% of the fighter's prize money, of the purse, bag, whatever you want to call it. Usually 2 to 3% is what the cut man gets. there's Just Do Boxing. What's up, Just Do Boxing? Just Do Boxing. Did you come on yesterday? I was looking for you. I couldn't find you. I don't think. But Just Do Boxing. There's another one. Mr. Gumbo, Just Do Boxing. He comes on right after me. Another fire JBT channel. That's if you really love boxing. What's currently going on in boxing? Just Do Boxing is the place. Nice balance, non-biased view of everything, both sides of the equation. You get it over there. Okay? On up at 4 o'clock. Salute Just Do Boxing. I couldn't find him yesterday. I was thinking he must not have came on. But he'll be on today at 4 o'clock. Salute. Okay. Yeah. A corner man, Cutmen. I don't know why I keep saying corner man. The Cutman normally gets 2 to 3% of the fighter's purse. Okay? Now, for a lot of fighters that's on a low budget, the Cutman duties are performed by their cornerman, trainer. Some fighters, that don't have it like that, not making it like that. Their trainer also forms Cutman duties. Like, remember Ray Arcel from back in the day trained with Roberto Duran. He was a top Cutman and trainer. He did both. Yeah. But some trainers do that because the fighter just don't have the money to pay both. So, you have one man cover both areas for them. Now, while most athletic commissions require Cutmen to be licensed, right, there is usually no formal training or certification required. Most Cutmen learn their trade through apprenticeship and self-education. No kind of formal training or anything for Cutmen. Most of them learn it through apprenticeship and self-education. Yeah. Okay. Now, unlike boxing, Cutmen for mixed martial arts events are generally provided by the promotion rather than the fighter's corner. Okay? Yeah, mixed martial arts generally are provided by the promotion, whereas boxing, each boxer had their own Cutmen on their team. Now, and there's a reason for that. This is to prevent allegations of greasing, applying petroleum jelly to areas other than the forehead, which provides an unfair advantage in grappling situations. You don't have to worry about that in boxing, but in mixed martial arts, when you go to the mat, you apply that petroleum jelly to the body. Gives you an advantage, make you slippery. Your opponent can't grab onto you. So most generally in mixed martial arts, the Cutman is provided by the promotion, neutral. So he's neutral. Whereas boxing, the Cutman is a part of your team. Okay, it's different in mixed martial arts. That's one difference. Okay. Now the Cutman should not be confused with the fight doctor. The fight doctor is an official who monitors the health of the fighter and whose job is closer to that of a neutral referee. So you can't get that confused with the Cutman. The Cutman works for the fighter. The fight doctor, I guess he's probably picked by the promotion or the sanctioning body or somebody, but not the fighter has nothing to do with the fight doctor. So don't get the Cutman confused with the fight doctor. The fight physician provides medical advice, monitors the safety of both fighters in accordance with regulations or law, and evaluates their ability to continue fighting. Okay, that's the fight doctor. Now, let's talk about some treatments that Cutmen do. Okay, to Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT in the building. What's up, Lonnie Lee? some treatments that Cutmen use during fights when a fighter gets injured, gets cut, bruised up. Let's talk about some of the treatments that a Cutman uses during the fight. Still no Thomas Hill. This show is brought to you by Thomas Hill. It's Wednesday, remember. Show came out of the chat. Brought to you by Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube. I texted him and told him it was going on. Anybody seen Thomas Hill in here yet? I don't see him. Okay. Old School says, that photo you got is MMA. Yeah. Is that Randy Corcher? Yeah, that's Stitch. Yeah, that's Stitch Duran right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't got to the profiles yet. I was just giving you a sample. Yeah, that's Stitch. And that's Rafael Garcia, Floyd's. Man, remember he had all those pins? Yeah, that's Stitch. Right, Old School, yeah. I forgot. I left that up there. That's the thumbnail picture there. But yeah, that's Stitch Duran, Old School. And I got a profile like I do when I'm doing certain aspects of boxing, like counter punchers, southpaws, and I always do a profile of some counter punchers and southpaw boxers. So I got some Cutmen. I'm going to do profiles of it. The Stitch is one of them. Yeah, I forgot I left that up there. But yeah, Old School, that's Stitch. Stitch, I told you. Old School knew his boxing. And we got another show coming up. We're going to try to do once a month, because that one we did last week got over 100 views, man. And we didn't even really, collaborate or whatever on it. We just said we was going to do it, and it was Max Smelling, and we just did it, man, right off the top of our head. And it went well. It was really good. Really good. Because like I said, Old School has a lot of boxing history knowledge, and we got to tap into that, right? And the perfect place to do it is right here on Cash Sports, the Box Story. Let's look at some of the treatments the Cutmen use, okay? Now, before the fight, the Cutman will usually put petroleum jelly on the most likely areas of impact, especially the fighter's face, right? Making the skin more elastic and slippery, and hence less likely to tear. That's why you see those fighters come out there shining before the fight, you know? A lot of times people think it's a lot of sweat, but no, it's not all sweat. That's petroleum jelly, okay? To make the skin more elastic and slippery and less likely to tear. That's the reason. And that's petroleum jelly you see on them, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Yeah, Sonny Liston, Old School is next, right? When you can, just let me know, and we'll do it. Okay, yes. Yeah, I said mention that. It's Sonny Liston. You mean Old School gonna do something on Sonny Liston next? Yeah, but that's why you see him come out there shining like that. That's not a lot of all sweat. That's the petroleum jelly they spit over the face. And you see him sometimes up in the corner just before start putting some more on there. Yeah. Now, it is not considered good practice to use large amounts of petroleum jelly, since during the fight, it is likely to end up on the gloves of the opponent and later in the eyes of the fighter if the opponent lands a punch to their eyes, right? So it's not a good idea to put too much, because you're getting punched, and like you say, end up on them gloves and it could get into your eyes. So you got to be careful and watch that, okay? Now, Cutmen might also tape bones and tendons, okay? Wraps are used during training, but are illegal during competition, okay? So people commonly use the term wrap to describe the taping method of using gauze and tape, okay? You can use wraps in training and stuff, doing sparring, whatever, but during the actual match, you know, we always say his hands are wrapped, but it's gauze and tape. Okay, it's not really wraps. It's gauze and tape that they use. Okay. Now, during the fight, Cutmen try to control any swelling or bleeding during the breaks between rounds, right? Now, since Cutmen are not doctors and have a very short period of time to treat the fighters, right? What is it, 1 minute? Their treatments are limited, really, to advanced first aid. That's really all it is. You don't have a lot of time. So really, it's limited to advanced first aid treatment. Okay? That's what it really boils down to. Because I believe it's a minute, right? Between rounds. 1 minute. You got to do what you can do in 1 minute, and then they get on back out there. Now, swelling. Let's talk about swelling. Okay? Swelling. Swelling on these fighters. Everybody's smashing on that appreciation button. The appreciation button is the like button in the JBT. We call it the appreciation button. And I would appreciate if you hit it. Means a lot. Okay. I got monetized, got my $sign down there, but I still need them likes. Now, swelling. Swelling is usually associated with facial hematomas, bruises, localized bleeding outside of blood vessels, right? That's what causes swelling. Localized bleeding outside of the blood vessels, not flowing through the blood vessels outside cause you to swell. Now, and traditionally, it's reduced by applying firm pressure with a chilled inswell. Now, we're going to talk about inswell. We're going to talk about the tools in a minute. I'm going to explain inswell to you, what that is. It's take the swelling down by applying pressure with a chilled inswell or an ice bag on top of the area of trauma, area of the swelling, okay? Now, the Cutmen presses the inswell against the fighter's skin to cool and reduce swelling from injury, especially in areas around the eyes, okay, where swelling can impair the vision. It's big when they get hit up around the eyes. You really want to get that down immediately. That's top priority. Because, you get that swelling up there around them eyes, that's going to impair the vision. And that's going to put you in trouble. Now, since the time between rounds is very short again, Cutmen try to apply the inswell right away and hold it as long as they can. But a common mistake using the inswell is to push directly on the swollen area in an attempt to disperse it or move it into a safer place, such as away from their eyes. That's a mistake to try to do that, because such treatment will not move the swelling and may disrupt the microscopic blood vessels under the skin. Okay? So that's a mistake when the Cutmen try to press down too hard and try to move the swelling to another area, especially away from their eyes. Okay? Because it can disrupt the microscopic blood vessels under the skin. Then you're really in trouble. That causes an increase in bleeding. That's all it does. Causes an increase in bleeding, and guess what else? An enlargement of the swelling area. That's all it does. Yeah. Now let's talk about cuts. Okay, cuts. Okay, let's try to keep an eye on the chat. I don't want to miss nobody. That's important. Got to greet everyone coming in. Okay, let's talk about cuts now. Now, cuts or lacerations, right? They are the primary focus of the Cutmen, right? Because unless the bleeding is stopped promptly, the fight doctor may stop the fight and declare that the injured fighter is the loser, right? Like I said before, they're not going to stop it and say, no contest, redo it. I think, well, like after 4 rounds, they stop it, you lose if you can't continue. Okay? So it's that Cutman gets on cuts right away and try to stop them promptly. Okay? Now, physicians also will stop a fight for a laceration that is perpendicular to the eye. Now, the most common area of the face to be cut is around the eye. Okay? Now, cuts are treated by applying a cold towel to clean and simultaneously cool the area of the cut, causing a decrease in blood flow, right? A cotton swab soaked in epinephrine is applied with pressure to decrease blood flow even more, okay? Now, collagen, such as Avatine, is put into the cut, and that's to coagulate the blood, okay? Avatine, which is a collagen. They put that in the cut to try to coagulate the blood, right? Or to help stop it quicker. Okay? Let's see. Mike Rim said that's why the Russells used the ice mask. Okay, Mike. Yeah, good point. Mike said that's why the Russells used the ice mask. Okay, yeah. Right. So they put that Avatine in there, and that's to coagulate the blood. That'll help to stop the flow, stop the bleeding fast. Now, Cutmen might cover the area with petroleum jelly to prevent further damage. You know, when, like I said before, to make it slippery, get elastic. So when you get hit on that spot again, that petroleum jelly might, you know, make the punches slide. You don't get hit as hard on that spot. Put petroleum jelly on it. They may do that, okay? They may do that. Now, nosebleeds. Let's talk about nosebleeds, okay? Now, most nosebleeds occur near the opening of the nose. Now, to stop the bleeding, the Cutmen generally apply a cotton swab soaked in epinephrine again to the damaged area while simultaneously pressing the nostril against the cotton swab, you know, with the other hand. Now, once the bleeding is stopped, then the area is chilled with an ice pack or an inswell. And we're going to talk about the tools in a minute. Now, the fighter is usually instructed to breathe through the mouth during this treatment, okay? While they're trying to stop the bleeding from the nose, they tell the fighter to breathe through the mouth, right? Now, that was just the nose bleed. Now, a broken nose is more difficult to treat, right? If it's broken. Now, and a broken nose can be detected by a heavy flow of dark colored blood from the nose, okay? That's how you can tell if it's broken. The blood coming out heavy and it's real dark. Then you know you're dealing with a broken nose. Now, the bleeding is generally treated the same way with the broken nose. However, the fighter usually is instructed to avoid swallowing the blood, as it may induce nausea or vomiting, and the cutman is more likely to consult the ringside physician to ensure the fighter's safety. You know, once you start swallowing it and vomiting, then the cutman might go to the ring physician, and that's the last thing you want. You want to keep that ring doctor away from your corner as much as possible, okay? Because your cutman, you know, he's working for you, but that ring doctor is neutral, and he sees something, you know, he's the one that's going to stop it. So, yeah, you want to keep him away from your corner. Now, let's talk about the tools that cutmen use, okay? Some of the tools cutmen use. There we go again. I've been on here 10 minutes, and it's 3 o'clock. No way. That's crazy. But anyway, some of the tools and equipment they use. Now, the inswell. Inswell is sometimes called inswell, stop swell, no swell, or eye iron, okay? It's a small piece of metal with a handle on it, right? It is traditionally kept on ice and is used to cool the area of a bruise or a cut by applying direct pressure to decrease the blood flow to that area, okay? Inswell. Small piece of metal with a handle on it. You done seen it. We all seen them putting the inswell on it. Yeah. Cotton swabs Cornermen use cotton swabs a lot, right? And they're used to apply medications to the fighter's wounds. While some cutmen use ready-made cotton swabs, others make their own. Now, it has been suggested that now we all seen cutmen do this. Listen to this. It has been suggested that the practice of past cutmen in keeping cotton swabs behind their ears or in their mouths is unsanitary and unprofessional. Yeah, I agree with that. We all seen them do it. The cotton swab behind the ears, or they doing something with one and they got another one in their mouth. No, that's unsanitary and unprofessional, and they shouldn't do it. They need to have some kind of tray or something. Just sit it in the fighter's lap and keep your cotton swabs there while you're working on them, right? Instead of in your mouth and behind your ears. Yeah, that's unsanitary and unprofessional. I agree with that 100%. Agree with that? Yeah, that is. You just have some kind of little tray or something and just sit it in the fighter's lap while you're working on it. And have your cotton swabs and stuff on that instead of in your mouth, right? Yeah, makes sense. 100%. Ice packs, okay? Now, ice packs are used to cool bruises, cuts, and sprains, okay? And to keep the inswell cold, okay? It's what to keep the inswell in, while the round is going on, in an ice pack to keep it cool, okay? So if they need it, but once the round is over, they need to apply it to the fighter. It's nice and cold when they put it on there, right? Keep it in an ice pack. Petroleum jelly. He was talking about how much they use petroleum jelly, remember? Now, petroleum jelly is put on the cuts and most likely areas of impact to make the skin more elastic and slippery. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And hence, less likely to tear. Now, some cutmen cover cuts with homemade salve containing a mix of petroleum jelly and adrenaline chloride. Zozet. Adrenaline keeps getting applied to the wound during the fight, okay? They put it on the cut, let him go back out there. And it's continuously being applied, right? Mm-hmm. Also, perspiration from above the eyes will be prevented from reaching the eyes by applying petroleum jelly to the eyebrows, okay? Yeah. You got to cut around, you don't want to get perspiration and stuff around the eyes. You put petroleum jelly on the eyebrows. That'll slow down the flow of perspiration coming down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All tools of the trade that cutmen use. Gauze pads used to dry cuts. Mm-hmm. Medical gloves are worn by the cutman to limit the fighter's exposure to infection, as well as limiting the cutman's exposure to blood off of the fighter, right? Yeah, plastic gloves. Mm-hmm. They all wear plastic gloves. Now let's look at the medications they use, okay? Like the epinephrine they put in the cuts and all that kind of stuff. Look at some of the medications these cutmen use on the fighters. So this show is brought to you by Thomas Hill. He's been in here for like the last 2 weeks every day, and now today he's not in. Well, he'll probably show up like 5 minutes to 4. But he can always go back and look at the replay. Right? Oh, yes. What? Everybody smashing on that like button now. Please. Medications. Now, cutmen used to create their own medications, and the recipes were passed down from masters to apprentices, okay, as trade secrets. Now, today, the use of various medications in sports is highly controlled nowadays, right? Because of all this cheating and all that stuff. Medications are highly controlled now. What you can use, you can't just come in and making your own stuff anymore. You know, highly controlled. And cutmen use only 2 or 3 standard medications from the following list. Okay? Epinephrine, that's the big one. Epinephrine or epinephrine. Also adrenaline. Okay? Adrenaline chloride, same thing. It's usually a 1/1000 solution applied topically to decrease blood flow. This arguably is the most common medication used by Cutmen. Okay? Epinephrine. Most common medication used by Cutmen. Then we got one called microfibrillar collagen hemostat. And the brand name of this medication is called Avatine. Okay, that's another common one they use. It's a coagulant, right? It's used for bleeding cuts, usually used in a powder form. It works best when the surface is dry. Okay? The treatment includes covering the affected area with Avatine and applying moderate pressure with dry gauze. Okay? And that's a coagulant to get the blood to coagulate and stop bleeding, stop coming out. Okay? Called Avatine. That's another common big thing that Cutmen use. Thrombine is another coagulant. Okay? It's used when the blood is removed and the surface is dry. Okay? Another one, oxidized regenerated cellulose. Brand name is called Surgicel. It's an absorbable gelatin sponge powder. Okay? Yeah. Wait a minute. Oxidized regenerated cellulose. Brand name is Surgical. It's an absorbent gelatin sponge powder. Okay? Now, two other substances also used for coagulation, although less frequently than Avatine or thrombine, is ferric sulfate solution, also known as Marcel solution. This widely outlawed, okay? Hemostatic quickly stops the blood flow by chemically cauterizing the tissue surrounding the cut while generating severe scar tissue. Okay? Contrary to popular misconception, this hemostatic solution does not contain lead. Now we're going to look at some notable Cutmen. Okay? Now we get to the Cutmen. Okay? And like the old school said, the first one is Stitch. Stitch got his work cut out for him right there. Wow. Man. They must not have a fight doctor for that one. Well, he ain't worth nothing if he ain't stopped that. If I was a fight doctor, I'm stopping that. That's too much blood there, man. Not even the great Stitch Duran can stop that. Look how Stitch looking at him like, man, ain't too much I can do for you. Wow. That's a lot of blood. But Stitch is first. Stitch Duran. Jacob Stitch Duran, that is. Okay? Now, Jacob Stitch Duran is considered one of the best Cutmen in boxing and mixed martial art. Okay? In the boxing and mixed martial arts world, MMA. His journey started in the Air Force as a boxer, which led him to become a trainer. He was also a trainer. Now, however, realizing the demand for skilled Cutmen, that's when Stitch honed his craft and quickly rose to prominence as a Cutman. Now, over the years, Stitch has worked with a plethora of top fighters from both the boxing and MMA circuits. Some notable names include Andre Ward, both Klitschko brothers, Tyson Fury, and numerous UFC fighters. Don't have any of their names, okay? But Duran's expertise is not limited to just managing cuts. He also is adept at reducing swelling ensuring that fighters' vision is not impeded, and providing that crucial psychological support a fighter needs when they're injured. Additionally, Duran's influence extends beyond the ring or the cage. He's been a prominent figure in combat sports films, having played roles in movies like Creed and Here Comes the Boom. I remember in Creed he was playing the Cutman, and remember that scene where Apollo Creed's son had he was almost blind in one eye, he couldn't see, and the ring doctor was like, "How many fingers I'm holding up?" And Stitch tapped on his shoulder. Tapped on his neck the number of fingers, because the boxer Creed, he couldn't see shit, right? And the ring doctor was holding fingers up, and Stitch tapped on his neck what number to say. I thought that was cool. Yeah, that was a scene in Creed. Yeah, Stitch played in that. Yeah, but that's a good idea to save your fighter from getting the fight stopped. He can't see. Ring doctor hold the fingers up, tap it on his. He got 3 up. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, yeah. That's what that was. That was a scene from that movie. Next is Rafael Garcia. Everybody know him from Floyd, but Floyd wasn't the only one he was a cut man for, but yeah, he was big time in Floyd's corner. Rafael Garcia. Remember, he always had all those pins on his hat. I don't know what that was about. I tried to find out, but I couldn't. Okay, well, let's talk about Rafael Garcia for a minute. I had to take a drink of juice. Hope everybody enjoying the show. If you're enjoying it, smash on that appreciation button for the box story. Oh, I know what it is. William Old Schooler Rant says, my daughter called. She thinks, let me pick this up. She thinks she's slick. Tells me, hey, Dad, your grandson wants to visit tomorrow. And no, I don't fall for the BS. I'll let your grandson come on over, Old School. My daughter wants some alone time, and she thinks I'm stupid or something. Yeah, you're going to do it. I bet you $5 you do it. Your grandson will be over there. Yeah, you're going to do it, Old School. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to do it. Yep. Okay, Rafael Garcia. Now, Rafael Garcia was born in 1929 in Mexico. Now, he worked in the sport of boxing for 7 decades and was a cornerman for the likes of Roberto Duran, the Hands of Stone, Alexis Arguello, and Wilfredo Gomez, among others. Now, those were all important jobs, but Garcia's greatest task was preserving Floyd Mayweather's brittle hands as part of his corner team. Okay. Now, Floyd's fists made Mayweather hundreds of millions of dollars, but they also betrayed him several times. But with Garcia in his corner, Floyd always felt comfortable that his $1 million weapons were safe. Anytime Mayweather applied his craft, there was Garcia smiling in his trademark hat, covered in novelty pins. Mayweather always raved about Garcia's ability to wrap his hands in such a way that he was able to keep them protected as best as possible during his fights. Mm-hmm. Now, Garcia worked in boxing for most of his adult life, and he spent his last decades living in Las Vegas until he passed away in 2017. He was inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame in August 2017. Rafael Garcia. Yeah, I know everybody remember Rafael. Oh, he blows your phone up, Old School. He's gonna be blowing it up today because he's on the way over there. Next is Chuck Bodak, another legendary trainer. There's Chuck. It is Chuck Bodak. Everybody okay? Hump day. On the way to Slick Shakur Stevenson and Autumn H. You know I'm not gonna mess with the way I butcher names. You know I'm not messing with Autumn's last name. All I'm gonna say is Autumn H. I don't even know where to start at trying to pronounce that name. So Slick Shakur Stevenson versus Autumn H of Germany from New Jersey. Is that in Newark? The thing just said New Jersey. Is it Newark? Yeah. Shakur is fighting up in his home state again. I bet Just Do Boxing gonna be in the house for that one. Just Do ain't. Shakur come to New Jersey. Just Do ain't missing. No way. No way. Chuck Bodak. That's Chuck on the screen. Okay. Let's see here. Now Chuck Bodak, he was a boxing cutman and trainer who worked with over 50 world champions, including Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Julio Cesar Chavez, The Real Deal Evander Holyfield, and Oscar De La Hoya. He was known for his trademark headbands with photos of his fighters on them. Now, Bodak was born June 3rd, 1916 in Gary, Indiana, home of the Jackson 5, where his involvement in boxing began in 1929 at Schoenfield's Athletic Club. Excuse me. Now, Bodak served in World War II, where he survived being shot 2 times, and he was awarded 2 Purple Hearts. Now, he was an amateur boxer himself, and he coached the National Golden Gloves team in the late 1950s and began working with a young teenage boxer by the name of Cassius Clay. And he trained Clay for the last 4 years of his amateur career, including his trip to Rome, which resulted in an Olympic gold medal in the light heavyweight division. And Bodak was active in the boxing community until he suffered a stroke in 2007 at the age of 90, and he died in 2009 at the age of 92. He was inducted into the World Boxing Hall of Fame, an expanded category for managers and trainers. Chuck Bodak. There's Chuck. Okay. I'm going to drop the link in a few, and we can chop it up or chop it down, however you want to chop it. You can chop it. And the link is for anybody. Any and everybody is welcome. Okay, next is Al Gavin. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yeah. I went back to Floyd's Cutmen. Bodak. Come on, Al Gavin. Yeah, Al Gavin. Yeah, it is Al Gavin. Al trained, he had Mickey Ward. Yeah, that's Mickey. See Al over there on the right? Yeah, Mickey Ward. Yeah. Al Gavin. Now, Al Gavin was one of boxing's best-known cutmen for 4 decades, okay? He mended the cuts of stars like Lennox Lewis. He also worked in Oscar De La Hoya's corner, Kevin Kelly, Vinnie Matalone, and Mickey Ward. He was a quiet, reassuring presence in the corner. He was very underrated because he shunned the limelight. He shunned the spotlight, okay? Shied away from the cameras, didn't want to be interviewed, that type of person. Sound like me. Now, Gavin got his start in the 1960s at the old Gramercy Gym on 14th Street in Manhattan, up there in the Big Apple. He was apprenticing for trainers like Chicky Ferraro and Sid Bell. Now, after working his way up the hierarchy of gym hands, Gavin and trainer Bob Jackson bought the Gramercy Gym from Custy Amato, and they ran it until a fire forced the city to close it down in 1990, right? Then they moved to Gleason's gym and reestablished the Empire Boxing Club, where Jackson trained the fighters and Gavin tended to the cuts. And with Gavin as his cut man, Jackson said he never had a fighter lose a fight because of cuts. Never had a doctor stop the fight because of cuts with Gavin as a cut man. Okay? Now, Gavin is respected by the media, promoters, and fighters, including club fighters, world champions, and boxing legends. Okay? One of Gavin's shining achievements was his work in Mickey Ward's corner during all 3 fights of Ward's brutal trilogy with Arturo Gatti. Yeah, he had to do some work. He was in Mickey Ward's corner. Whoever was in both of their corners, Gatti and Ward, Cutmen, my hat's off to them. And yeah, Gavin, that was his shining achievement, tending to Mickey Ward's cuts during those 3 fights. Those were 3 brutal fights. Both of them looked exactly alike after all 3 fights. Trump, what's up, Trump? Trump in the building. Yeah, we're doing, Stitch is an OG, Trump. Stitch Durant, yeah, that was the man. So what, salute, Trump. Good to see you today, my friend. Always a pleasure. Trump in the building. Missing a few people today. Did Lonnie Lee come in? Yeah, Lonnie's in here, right. There's Lonnie Lee right there. Yeah. Salute, Lonnie Lee. I forgot you had came in. Okay. Now where are we? We was talking about Al Gavin. Now, Uncle Al, as he was known, is a member of the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame. Okay. We got one more. Oh, we got 2 more. One more. It's over here. Yeah, we got 2. But I don't have this guy's picture. This Thomas Hearns cut man, Don Thibodeau. I couldn't find a picture of him. Don Thibodeau. Is Al Booger in here? I didn't see. Oh, there. What's up, Al Booger? I was wondering where you was at. I was just saying I hadn't seen you in a while. But you had cut me loose, man. Found another box story to go listen. Salute, AB. How are you today, bro? Good to see you. Okay. Now, Al Booker is back. Everything's good. Okay. Everybody hit on the like button. Them likes look kind of low. Likes looking kind of low now. Let's get it. But Don Thibodeau is the next trainer. I couldn't find a picture of Don. So we'll leave Uncle Al up there and Mickey Ward for the time being. Now, Don Thibodeau was best known for being Thomas the Hitman Hearns' cut man. Not trainer, I said trainer. I meant cut man, okay? Working out of the legendary Kronk gym alongside legendary trainer Emanuel Stewart. Now, he also worked in the corners of other boxers, including David Braxton, Dwayne Thomas, and Hector Camacho. And Thibodeau also trained and managed Roger Mayweather. He worked with a lot of boxers from up there in that legendary Kronk gym. Thibodeau did, okay? And Thibodeau also was an artist. He did sculptures of some boxers like Muhammad Ali, Thomas Hearns, and the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Okay? Thomas Thibodeau. And last, then I'm going to drop the link on it and we're going to chop it up. We got like 30 minutes left in this show. We're going to chop it up for 30 if anybody comes up. I like when BVO in here, he come up and I can cook him, you know. I always cook BVO, but he ain't in here today. There's Mick Williams from the UK. Trained a lot of those big name guys from over there. You know, the Hitman Ricky Hatton, David Hay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Also was a cab driver too. Drive the cab by day and train his fighters at night. Mm-hmm. Mick Williams. Yep. These likes just are not looking right, man. But it's okay. Y'all don't like me today, okay. But where was I? Mick Williams, yeah. Now, Mick Williams is most well known as the Cutman for, like it was just there, Ricky Hatton and David Haye. But he trained a lot of those big name boxers from England, from Great Britain. He's had a lengthy career and is widely known as one of the boxing's best ever cutmen. Ricky Hatton would almost certainly have lost to John Thaxton in 2000 by his own admission. Ricky had said that himself. If it had not been for the work of Mitch Williams in his corner that night, okay? Williams also saved Paul Smith's British super middleweight title in his 12-round war with Tony Dodson. Smith suffered 3 terrible gashes from several head clashes, okay, in the fight. And without Mick Williams' work, the referee most certainly would have stopped the fight. No doubt. Williams has worked with many other big name boxers in British boxing, right? In his corner. Now Mick Williams started out as a boxer, and when his boxing career fell away, didn't pan out too good. He stayed close to the sport, and he progressed from doing house second work to cuts for undercard boxers, and he wound up becoming one of the best known cut men in boxing, Mick Williams. And that's what I got on Cutmen. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in, and tomorrow is boxing in California. That's gonna be a good one because California got a big, deep boxing history. Unlike last week with Arkansas, and we just talked about many of the boxers there because Arkansas didn't have a big history. But California got a deep boxing history. Got some great fighters from there. Got two big boxing gyms out there. We're gonna talk about them in depth. You know, Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy in Oxnard, California, and Freddie Roach. Talk about his boxing gym he got out there in I believe Freddie Roach is in Los Angeles, right? Yeah, Los Angeles. We're gonna talk about them and some of the great fighters that came out of California. Talk about some active guys like Ryan and Devin. Aren't they both from California? Yeah. And is Shane Mosley from California? I'm not sure. But it's a lot of good ones from out there. And then Friday is the life and career of Oscar, the golden boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya. Because remember, we did his buddy last week, D-Hop. So we're going to do Oscar this week. And yeah, we're going to finish this big week of boxing history off. I got some honorable mentions as cutmen too. Like, remember I said Ray Arcel, he was a trainer and he did his own cuts. He was very good at it. Ray Arcel, Gabe Tenney, Miguel Diaz, Lenny DeJesus. Y'all may recognize some of these names as cutmen. Ralph Citro, Luigi Osis, Sid Bromback, and Tom Smerio. Tom Smerio. Yeah. All good cutmen. Yeah. Okay. Old school says someone needs to train Campbell Hatton. Yeah. His style is terrible. Hard to believe his father's Ricky. Yeah, Campbell just don't have it, old school. He's at 140. You know, he's in a tough division, you know, already. I don't see him going anywhere in that division. And then if you move up, look where you got to go to, 147. So Campbell he'll win the European, Commonwealth, British, secondary, third world title, or whatever they call it, over there. But he ain't getting no WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF. Nah, Campbell ain't touching none of them. Just not gonna do it, man. Not at 140. No. So Campbell might as well stay over there in the UK and fight his little local fights and try to win the British, otherworldly, secondary, third tier title, whatever they call them, or the Commonwealth or whatever, because he ain't getting none of the big ones. He's just not doing it. He's not like his father at all. His father was 100 times better than Campbell. Let me put this link in there, man. Yeah, Campbell, nah. So yeah, old school. Somebody could train him, but I don't think Campbell is going anywhere. Nah, he just don't have it. His father was all right. His father had a title, didn't he? Ricky had? I believe he did. At one point, yeah. Fort Floyd, Manny was in there with all the big names. Ricky was. Bernard Campbell. Campbell don't have what it takes. How they come with a name like Campbell? Name his son Campbell. Your name Ricky. Why you do that to your son? Campbell. Come on, man. The name then Ricky Jr. Let me see. But hope everybody enjoyed the show. Appreciate you rocking with me. This is what we do over here. Yeah, Ricky was damn good. You're right, old school. This is what we do over here. We talk boxing history every day. And appreciate you rocking with me. Tomorrow is going to be the history of boxing in the great state of California. You know? Stop by for that. Because you know, if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian, talking at boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it and can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? And don't forget the raffle. Everybody got their ticket or what? What's up? You know, right now, then $10 right here. JBT Network, all capital letters, and just drop the number 1 behind it. Send you $10. Your name goes in the hat, and you might win that 55-inch color TV. And then you can watch the big August 3rd card with Bud Crawford and Israel Madrimo, Pitbull, Rayo, in style. $, JBT Network, all caps the number 1, right? And send $10 or however many chances you want. You know, $10 per chance. If you want 20 chances, send 200. It says device not connected, old school. Connect your device, old school. Now you're ready.
What's up, Cass?
What's going on, old school? That's another.
I watched Campbell in 2 live fights and 2 non-live fights, and
right.
Man, he just don't have it.
Yeah, no, man.
He don't have the chin his father had.
None of that.
He doesn't have. It's like he's just coordinated. You know?
Yeah.
Now, you could tell when some people just have it. They got that coordination. They know when to move. They got the head movement.
Yeah.
Damn phone rang. Body movement. All that shit. Campbell is like a walking target.
Yeah. He haven't been in there with nobody yet, old school. Just think when he get in there with somebody. He just
he's in trouble. I don't look. Eddie was pushing him. And in the last 2 times he fought, he barely won 1 fight. You could have said he lost it. In the other fight, I don't know. He lost that bitch flat out. He was getting beat the hell up.
Did he lose his last fight?
I don't know if I turned it off. He was getting beat the fuck up.
I think he did lose it, old school. I think they took it from him. And I remember the one before that he lost it and they gave it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know Eddie was pushing him up until that point.
I know.
But when he fought that fight that he should have lost, and they gave it to him, I noticed Eddie wasn't pushing him as hard.
No, he backed off him a little bit.
And then after he flat out lost the last one, Eddie was like, no.
Yeah.
He ain't talking about him no more.
And he ain't even fighting nobody yet, man. I think when he get in there with a top 10 guy, he going to sleep.
Well, bro, I don't know if he's got a bad trainer or what, but his daddy should know who to put him with. His daddy should know, hey, man,
Yeah,
I need to put him with this guy to get the best out of him.
yeah.
I
He
just
knows
think the kid ain't got it.
Yeah, because Ricky, his father, know all the boxing people over there.
Right,
He just don't have it, man.
right. Just
He
doesn't
probably
have it.
came up. His father was a boxer, and he got into it, and he don't went as far as he can go. Now Ricky was bad, man. Ricky had.
Right, Ricky could get in there with the best of every fucking
Yeah.
body, but his son ain't that guy at all.
No, and I can't say enough. He hasn't even fought nobody yet, man. What would he do
We've
with
seen
like
we've seen
Tia?
that shit before, bro. We've seen some of these guys, their sons get into
Right.
it, and they got the dad's got a big name, and then when they
Yeah.
go in, they just trash,
Yep. Yeah, they going off of their father's name.
Right,
That name and took him as far as he going, I think.
right. I
Imagine
mean,
him
shit.
with
Look
Tia's
at Conor
Tia.
Ben. He's another one. Conor Ben is not that guy.
I know. No, he's not. And how come he ain't fighting Boots? They both under Eddie, right?
Yeah, look, ever since the debacle with the frickin' PEDs, Eddie's been kind of hiding him because his very first show after that was in Florida, and they put him in there with a guy he should have knocked out him easily, and that dude went all around with it.
And they had some good moments in there with him too.
Right.
Yeah, he did. Yep. So that showed right there. Yeah, Conor. I've never been that much high on Conor Ben. Not at all. No.
Eggman just ain't got it without the eggs.
And Eddie stood in the ring after that fight talking about, we want all the big names at 147. And you got one of the biggest names. You promote one of the biggest names, Boots. Put him in there with him. You got him
and the best part is you got Conor calling for him. He's telling Eddie, put me in with Boots now. Eddie was like, nope, you ain't ready, buddy.
Eddie know that's the end of Conor because it's going to be a bad knockout. He might not recover from that,
Right. Eddie was like, nope, you ain't getting in with Boots, buddy.
No, I ain't doing that to you. I can make a little something off for you. You done. I ain't gonna make nothing off for you after the Boots fight.
Right. He get in there with Boots. Boots do away with him, and Eddie ain't making shit off of him.
That's it. Conor, he might not recover from that. Remember Vila?
Probably not.
We haven't heard nothing from Vila. Remember the guy Vila Boots beat up last July? Haven't heard nothing from him since.
I thought he fought one since then.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I thought he did.
I didn't hear nothing about it. But this is Boots' first fight since then, too, though, remember?
Right.
Coming up next week. Yeah.
Well, bro, there's a reason why nobody wants to fight that kid. That kid is a problem.
I know. I think Berrios would fight him.
Boots is a natural switch hitter, something you rarely see. They try to claim Crawford is. Crawford's not a natural switch hitter. Crawford only switches by necessity.
And he doesn't hardly do it that much anymore, no way, though,
Right. He only does it out of necessity when he has to. Boots does it naturally.
Just does it. Like you don't even realize he's doing it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It's natural for him.
Flawlessly. Just go from right to left and back, man. It's natural.
Right.
He's ambidextrous. He said he can write with both hands and do everything with both hands anyway. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what they said. Yeah. Boots.
Well, bro, I keep saying, if Roy Jones Jr. and Sugar Ray Robinson could have a kid together, it would be Boots.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good point. You ever seen Charlie Burley, one of the Burley's real fighters?
I heard the name, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Get a chance, check him out, because he kind of fought Boots fight like him, because Burley was first. Yeah, he kind of got that kind of style too, could do it all, man. Not switch it, but he had power. He could box real good, man. Good defense. Yeah. Sugar Ray doctor.
Right. Well, there's I don't think Bud's scared of Boots at all. What I think is, though, Bud knows he didn't fight the best form of Spence. Bud knows that the Spence he fought was not the Spence that he thought he was fighting. So his win is kind of edgy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying here. Yeah.
Now, Boots is a whole different fucking ball game. Bud knows if he fights Boots and Boots happens to win,
Yeah.
then there's going to be Bud's not going to get the fights he's looking for.
I know. He can forget that Canelo fight.
Right. So I think, I ain't saying he's avoiding him because he's scared of it, but I think he knows that if he gets in there with Boots, there's a damn good chance that it's a 50-50 fight and he could lose that fight.
Because he's going to get 100% Boots.
Oh, yeah. He ain't going to get like he got with Errol, you know?
Not at all. Nope. Not at all.
And he knows damn good well, Boots' IQ in the ring is a whole different ball game from Errol Spence.
Yeah. Boots is more versatile, too. You know,
Errol
is just a real good fundamental fighter. Boots can do it all. Just like Bud can.
Right.
So that would be a good fight. But we ain't going to see it. Nah. I don't think we'll ever see that. Bud and Boots.
One difference I noticed between the two of them is that Boots can box you from a distance. Bud has got to get in close to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And Boots ain't gonna be stupid. If he fights Bud, he's gonna box him at a distance and pick him apart. He's not gonna let Bud get in close where Bud can put that power on him.
Yeah, that's a good. Mr. Gumbo says, "What does Bud gain from fighting Boots?" That's a good question. That's what we saying. Nothing, because if he loses, he gonna lose.
Yeah, if he loses, Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah. I can see why he don't want to fight him.
That's why I keep saying Canelo's not going to fight Bud, because Canelo gains nothing from it. Look at it this way: if Canelo beats Bud, he's supposed to beat Bud. Bud's the little guy.
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to say.
If he loses to Bud, oh my God, it takes away everything from Canelo.
And he can gain that same money he'll make from fighting Bud from fighting anybody. There ain't gonna be like there's no big extraordinary payday for him or anything.
I think you got a better chance of fucking Canelo fighting David Benavidez than you got Canelo fighting Bud.
Yeah, I think the Benavidez fight is worth more money. Canelo and Benavidez than Canelo and Bud. I'd rather see Canelo and Benavidez anyway. Everybody would, you know. So ask anybody whether they see Bud or Canelo or Benavidez or Canelo. 9 out of 10 would say Benavidez and Canelo. You know.
Yep.
But it don't seem like Canelo wants to fight Benavidez.
There's a reason too, because when he fought Bivol was so busy on his ass, he didn't know what to do with Bivol. Benavidez is going to be the same damn way.
Yeah.
Benavidez is going to be busy as fuck, and there's a damn good chance Canelo might not be able to hurt Benavidez, and he knows it.
Yeah. And Bivol kept him out in the middle of that ring. Bivol wouldn't go near them ropes. Remember, Canelo kept backing into the ropes, and Bivol said, "Nope, I wait right here for you."
Right.
Fighting you on no ropes.
And bet your ass, fucking Benavidez has watched that fight over and over again, waiting for that fight. Yeah. He's going to do him the same thing. He's going to keep him in the middle of the ring. He's not going to let freaking Canelo get him to the ropes.
Let them hands go. Yeah.
Like I said, Canelo ain't a stupid dude. He's at the end of his career. He's not that old, but he's got a lot of miles on them fucking tires.
If he fight Benavidez, I think it'd be his last fight going out.
I think that's the way it's going to be too. I think he's going to wait till the last. To the very last fight of his career, and that's going to be his going out fight. Big money.
Yep.
What it's going to take to get him there is people are going to have to stop buying his damn fights for these nobodies.
I know. Yeah, I agree with Define on one. He said he'd rather see Bud and Boots than Bud and Canelo. I would too. I'd rather see Bud and Boots. Yeah. Yeah. Because, look what happened to Mel when he jumped up all them weight classes. They had weight classes for a reason.
Right.
I don't think Bud can go up there and beat Canelo. He can't hurt him.
Right. And that's the problem. That's the problem where Bud's going to run into. Bud is not going to be able to hurt Canelo. Canelo's got a fucking iron chin. He's been hit by some big dudes and didn't even budging. It's going to turn into another freaking Mel versus Canelo with a little more action. That's all.
That's all. And Canelo, he might stop Bud, get him in them late rounds and crack him with something, and that'll be it. Well, at least Bud is getting a fight at 154. That he won't be going straight from 147 all the way up there, but still, there's still 2 weight classes. You know, it still ain't good. They got weight classes for a reason, man. You know, when the guys in the old days jumped up, they might go from 147, then they would go to 54, then 60, then they would go the right way. They wouldn't just jump. They would go through all the classes on the way up, you know?
Right.
I would give Bud a chance if he did that, you know?
Right.
See how I feel at them different weights, getting hit and hitting other guys. Because sparring is one thing, but on them lights is different. Because you're working on stuff in sparring, you know? And the guy
Bud and Boots is a chess match and a war. I'd love to see it.
Me too. I don't think we will, though, you know?
I don't think so either.
Because by the time Boots go to 54 now, Bud will probably be out the game. I don't see him coming back to 47, you know?
Bud said it himself, man. He's only looking for a couple of more fights before he retires. That's it.
Yeah, that's all. Canelo is one of them. Yeah. That turkey.
Yeah, I think he's waiting on nothing there. I don't think Canelo's going to fight him, man. I
don't think so. No. Now, Earl is at 54. You think we have a chance of seeing that again, Bud and Earl at 54? Because if they both win, they both have titles, right?
If Errol wins, bro, that's a big if.
I know.
Because I think Errol's damaged goods. I've been saying it.
I wanted him to retire.
So did I.
Yeah, because you can't play with them eyes, man. That vision that's the worst handicap you can have. You lose that vision, man. You know, my eyes ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, but it's more than that, dude. I told everybody after he fought what's his name? Oh God, I can't think of his freaking name. The Cuban.
Who, Earl?
Yeah.
Oh, Ugas.
Yeah. When he glitched out on Ugas and said, I was looking for my mouthpiece. No, bro. Right. That look in his eye was a zombie look. He was glitching.
Something wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
He, lost
and
focus.
Then he gets in the ring with Bud, and the first little nothing, not even a hard punch, puts him down. And from that point on, he looked like he had no defense at all.
I know.
He had no defense. That ain't the Errol we used to see at all. Something is wrong with him.
Bud just beat him up. Yeah, because that Ugas thing, man, that was crazy. He just stopped. How you just gonna stop? And
Bud was carrying Errol. I don't care what anybody said. Bud carried Errol.
He said he could have got him out of there sooner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It was bad. Nobody expected that. So yeah.
I don't think Bud expected it. Bud had a look on his face like,
man,
wow, what the hell is happening?
I didn't expect it to be this damn easy. Yeah.
Right. And that's exactly the look on his face.
So yeah, Fundora. That'll be bad. If you take a bad loss this time, I think that'll be it. Fundora beats him up or stops him or something.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling Fundora's going to whoop him badly.
At least he'll get on. I think he'll get on out then, you know. Because ain't no coming back from another bad beating like that, man, you know.
Well, I had told everybody, I had heard from my inside source that Errol was getting beat up bad in sparring recently.
Oh, really?
And that came out right around the time he came out and said this could be his last fight. There's a reason he said that.
Yeah. Okay. He see the writing on the wall, I guess.
Yeah.
In sparring and stuff. You know?
Yeah, when you fighting guys and sparring that ain't even supposed to be that good, and they beating the crap out of you in sparring, that's not a good sign, bro.
And you getting ready to get in there with a guy like Fundora.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not good. Mm-mm. He had already signed this fight, right? He was sparring for this fight, right? Pandora. Damn.
I don't know. I don't know exactly. I
Mm.
know also that he's training with somebody in Philly, but it ain't Boots now. It's somebody
Yeah.
else in Philly. Yeah.
Because somebody was trying to say he was training with Boots, and he was like, "Nah, he just
No,
in
he's not
Philly, but it
training
ain't
with.
Boots."
He's not training with Bose
Yeah.
Siennas.
Remember somebody said that one time though? Said it was Boots, but yeah, I
They
forget
saying
what-
now it's he's training with Roy.
who, Roy Jones?
That's what just came out. What, about a week or
Really?
two ago, that he's training with Roy Jones.
Roy is in Florida, ain't he? I guess.
Yeah. Evidently, whoever he was training with in Philly said, "Nah, bro, something wrong." You know.
Yeah. So who is his trainer? You saying Roy's his trainer?
That's what I heard. About a week
Man.
ago, it came out that Roy's decided to train him.
I don't like Roy as a trainer because that
Huh?
first fight that I don't like Roy as a trainer because that first
No.
fight, what's his name had with what's the other guys? Oh man, he's getting ready to fight Conor Ben, but it got called off. Oh man,
Caleb Smith.
No, Chris. What's his name? Damn, the English guy.
Oh,
Called him
Eubanks.
as a fighter too. Eubanks. Yeah, Roy didn't give him any kind of good game plan at all of that first fight against Smith. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Roy as a trainer, man.
The problem is Roy wants to teach his style, and not everybody had Roy's
Not everybody.
athletic abilities.
Yeah, he had Eubanks in there trying to fight like him.
Right.
Right, everybody
And
can't do that.
Errol definitely doesn't have that ability, so I don't know what the hell Errol's doing.
Yeah, Eubank Al Booker. Yeah, there ain't no way Earl can fight like Roy Jones. Earl is
No.
just a good fundamental fighter. He does the
Right.
fundamentals real good. He's not fancy or good boxer or nothing. He's just a real good fundamental fighter. Keeping defense tight, jab, footwork. He just do all the fundamentals real, real good. But he ain't all that athletic or nothing like that. No. Mm-mm.
I have a feeling he's going to get in there against Fundor. He's going to get beat up badly, and he's going to retire. I just hope it ain't too bad.
Because Fundora can punch too.
Right.
Remember Lubin? Remember how
I've been noticing Errol's speech has been fucked up too lately.
Oh yeah. Damn.
It's never been great, but I don't know. The last few times I've heard Errol speak, man, nah, bro, you could tell the damage is there.
Because Earl been in some wars too. Remember Porter?
Yeah, bro, but
and Kell Brooks?
that man,
tough fights, man. Yeah.
That man flipped in a car over 100 miles an hour and got thrown out of the car, bro. Usually people don't even live from that type thing.
Right. That's a good point. And plus, like he been in some tough fights too.
Yeah.
Remember that Porter fight? There was non-stop action for 12 rounds.
Yep.
And Kell Brooks was a tough fight too. Plus the car accident. Yeah. So yeah, I can see where he would be damaged goods, man. I didn't want him to fight anymore.
Neither did I. Dude, when I heard after the car accident that he was coming back to fight, I was like, what is he thinking? No.
Yeah, he fought Danny Garcia, right? Wasn't it the first
but
one?
look, I watched that fight 3 or 4 times. Danny showed up for a check because he sure the hell didn't come in there to win.
Yeah. Mr. Gumbo said Fundora is going to stop Earl. I mean, Earl is going to stop Fundora.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah. But that's coming up. That's October or something, man. Something like that.
I don't believe Errol's got what it takes anymore to stop Fundora. I think the first little nothing punch is going to send Errol fucking head swimming, and it's going to be on from that point on.
Like Bud did. Remember that?
Yeah, first little nothing punch.
Remember? That was a jab that put him down, remember?
Yeah, dude. First little nothing punch, dude. He's that wreck, he's got no chin no more, man.
Yeah. We're going to be able to tell. Because if Fundora
right off the bat.
Early and get him, yeah. Yeah.
Because Fundora's going to come in close, and he's going to fucking make it a wall right off the bat.
Yep, that's how he likes to fight, He
Yep.
don't use no reach or height or nothing. Fundora wants to be in close in the pocket. They said
I
he
don't
had bad
understand that
eyes.
either because he got it. Supposedly, Fundora got his eyes fixed finally.
Oh, okay.
Why isn't he using his attributes and fighting at a distance?
Yeah. Espinoza fought like that in his last fight. That guy at 126 the other Saturday. He's 6'1" at 126. He had a big height and reach, but he didn't even use it. But he beat the guy up. Maybe it was just that opponent. But he
Right.
stepped right to him, man, and just beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
Errol's
go ahead and
always
get-
my guy, bro, but I just don't think he has what it takes anymore. I think that wreck
Yeah.
took it out of him.
He had a good career. He was a three belt unified champion. He just didn't get undisputed, but he still can look back and say he had a good career. Made a lot of money. Time to get
Yeah.
on out, man. You know,
Yep.
he got enough money to live comfortably for the rest of his life. Very comfortable, you know. Take care of his kids, can grow up rich. Get on
Yep.
out, man. Because you already
I
been
just-
damaged some. Get on out before it gets bad, like Hearns and Joe Frazier and all them was, man, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to see him
He
hurt,
heading that
bro.
way. One more good beating, shit, he might be like that, you know.
Yeah.
And Fundora can punch.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, so man.
Well, Brian,
Yeah.
it's 3:00 on my end. I know Just
Yeah.
News about to
Time for
start.
the voice. Yeah, Define Arnie. He been in some wars for sure. Okay, old school. We gotta get together on that next thing though. Sonny Liston, right?
Yep, I'll let you know
Just let
when.
me know when you're ready. And I'm ready
All
when
right,
you
my
are.
guy.
All right.
Take it easy,
Okay,
Cass.
old school. Appreciate you. All right, everybody. That was William Old School of Rant. It's time for The Voice to start. And another Cast Sports in the books. I appreciate everybody rocking with me again. Okay. We had Al Booger, Trump, Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT, Just Do Boxing, Define RNE1, Mike Rim, Mike Mazik, Ryan Fraser, Let's Talk Fashion, that's Rebo, hashtag JBT. Got another fire Let's Talk Fashion out there. I'll get ready to check that out. Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. Appreciate you, Mr. Gumbo. One of our new friends, along with Define RNA1. They're regulars now. Appreciate both of them. William Old School of Rant, hashtag JBT. Appreciate Old School for coming up on the panel and helping me out today. And Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. The executive director and owner of Cass Sports. I'm just an employee of Cass Sports that needs a raise. Okay. These super chats and stuff, Miss Cass takes them. I don't get them. Somebody give me $10, I probably get like $2 out of it. But everybody have a great day. I appreciate you rocking with me. Okay. And I will see you tomorrow at a stage show. This is Boston, in California. Just Do Boxing, straight ahead. This is Cass Sports. Everybody have a great day. See you tomorrow.